But from a generational role standpoint, Gen X, and this is what the note says, pragmatic crisis managers bridging old and new. And so I feel like in many ways, Gen X is duct tape, WD-40, some string, maybe a rubber band, paperclip. Like, we're pretty crafty. And that really is our role. And part of the craftiness, and Phil, this is why I love what you do on LinkedIn so much, is it is truly authentic.
Hmm.
And I think for the first time, we're all getting to the space of saying, I'm not okay. Like, life is hard. I'm not okay. And saying it out loud and saying it to an audience where everyone else goes, you know what? Me neither. And so not only is it permissive to let other people know that it's one, okay to say, and two, to not hide from it. But then, much like our childhoods, like, you're not just going home to dinner and being like, no, nothing big happened today. No. And that's a big part of how we're going to raise the generation we're raising is now, are we overcorrecting? Probably. But um, the millennials are the sweet spot. And thank God they're a big generation because we need them. But they're going to be the institution builders now because they believed in institutions as they came of age. They're like, okay, this isn't great, but we can fix it. They're going to have to shift from that mindset of we can fix it to, no, we're going to build what's better. And that's, I think, going to be the challenge and the greatest opportunity for Gen X to be like, no, let's work together duct tape's not going to fix this. It's just not. Let's figure out what better looks like, and then let's go build it. And that's really what's going to happen. I'm going to say, like, in 5 years, is we're going to be in the duct tape's in the trash. We give up. Let's build better. And the millennials are going to have the stamina and the vision and the breadth of a generation that's huge to actually do it. They're tech savvy. And if you look back at the cycles, they're the next GI generation. And if you think
Hmm.
about American history and the fingerprint that generation left on both our past and our future, like, I have great hope for them if they can lean into hope.
So, Corey, that was again, right? You're always organized and thoughtful, and I appreciate that. So there you were, as you were describing sort of this, right? Duct tape and baling wire and all of these kinds of pieces. Uh, my mind immediately went to MacGyver, right? With a matchbook and some, right? Any kind of, like, just like 7 things in his pocket and he can escape and get out of a jam. And it made me sort of think about how, like, the art that we experience and consume also plays a role in sort of how we can think about it and right. So either, right, MacGyver is sort of the perfect Gen Xer, even though he was older in the show, he sort of gave us he showed us the way to how to, be, you know, independent and creative and, get it done, kind of just make sure that it gets done. But it's also like art can be soothing as well. And so there's this little interesting juxtaposition of how, is it the art that we want or is it the art that we need?